Hi, I'm Kevin Tame, and welcome to the Hacktivist. Today I'm playing the Pirate Hayley deck, and I'm going to be playing against Palana. Let's jump right into this match. So this is a pretty good starting hand, has Grappling Hook, Tech Trader, and Laguna. What would be nice is if it had like a Sure Gamble, but you can't have everything. So I'm going to take a credit and, get my Tech Trader installed at the same time because I want to, use Hayley's ability. It's not the most efficient way to do it, but it's okay. So what I think, this is maybe a mistake to draw. What I probably should have done is I probably should have just, clicked for credits real quick. Because if I can get to 5 and then see a Sure Gamble, like I'm in a good spot. So what this kind of puts me in is I was in this kind of awkward spot. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to credit up so that I can, when I find Sure Gamble, it will be easy to kind of go quickly. So I still don't see it, and I still want to use Hayley's ability. So I go ahead and I'm going to just keep installing stuff. What this has allowed me to do is, if I do make a run, I'm going to make money with Tech Trader. So my opponent installs again. I'm still not seeing Sure Gamble, and I'm still building my board state. So, I mean, it's okay. But part of my problem is I'm kind of at this weird credit threshold that's not making me money. However, I am setting up where I will be able to find the money, or I'll be able to gain money when I start making runs. So even though it puts me still a little poor here, I go ahead and install Beth so that I can get 5 clicks. So now I'm in a pretty good spot here, and I feel pretty good about this. I can click up and play Sure Gamble, and now I'm in like just a great spot. It's easy for me to gain the money I need. My opponent goes ahead and puts that down, and I'm going to go check this. So I see a medical breakthrough, and what this makes me think is, because what people kind of like to do sometimes is just give you a medical breakthrough so that it's easier for them to score the other medical breakthroughs. So I'm thinking that this server 1 might be a medical breakthrough that he just was like putting out there for me to steal initially, and now he's trying to advance it. Unfortunately, it was a snare, and I lose my Clot and my Inti in this Chronos project, which is a real pain. My opponent here is checking like, oh, I should have asked about Clot, but I only have 1 Clot, so it doesn't really matter. Pretty annoying. Losing Clot is a pain, especially it looks like he's on a fast advance plan. So now I know my opponent's on a fast advance plan. What I really need to do is I need to get him to res this ice. So I'm going to set up for next turn for a deep data mining so that I can, and then I need to levy here pretty soon, because if he plays another Chronos project on me, then I lose, like I'm going to be trashing stuff, and I don't want all of this stuff in my heap to be lost again. So go ahead and set up the Savant. This is going to be really good for things like specifically against like DNA Tracker. It's really cheap to break DNA Tracker. It's actually not too bad to deal with other really big pieces of ice like Anasi. So here's the DNA Tracker. I don't have the strength for it with Savant because I had too many grappling hooks, but that's okay. Seeing this Kakugo actually worries me because when I see it, I realize I don't have Inti anymore. And so I have to use Kongamato as like my own, or whatever this card is, Gabali. I can never remember it. The Croc. And so like I will actually need to levy to get this stuff back to be able to do another deep data mining. So this is really interesting seeing this bacterial programming and seeing the Mother Goddess. So he had a Mother Goddess I saw, which is So that means he doesn't have Obokata. So when I saw this, I thought to myself, okay, he has bacterial programming, probably 3 of them, some medical breakthroughs, and some. So he's probably going like shipment from tenon / biotic labor. And I think the Chronos is probably just really to kill Anarch, to be honest. So yeah, seeing the Mother Goddess, that doesn't really lock me out because I have this other way of breaking it. Now he put a bunch of stuff into HQ, so he could have another agenda there. So I'm just going to go ahead and check. I know it's not the best play, but it's actually really good here because I forced him to res this really expensive piece of ice. And what I'm thinking here is I need to levy in the next turn or so. I have one in hand. I lost my other levy. He now has a bunch of stuff in archives, so I'm thinking I don't know if he'd pitch an agenda there, but he could. So I'm debating if I should go run there. I assume there's probably a bunch of breach domes, but I feel like I kind of need to check because he just drew a bunch and he might have like a preemptive and I don't want him to shuffle it back. I don't know, maybe it was probably a mistake because if he does preemptive, I could just deep data mining him again. And now I'm in a weird spot. Like if he can jam out a Chronos project again, I lose my other levy and I'm pretty much locked out of this game. So this turn right here is actually important for me. It doesn't look like he has it and he just credits up. So I'm actually in a pretty good place. So I go ahead and I'm going to get my Croc out and then going to levy. And I'm setting up for another deep data mining turn this next turn. So now I just need to kind of draw into it. So now my opponent shipments from tenons, I didn't run. So now I know I need to run every time so he doesn't score here. And he probably has biotic in hand. So I actually need to do a deep data mining and see if I can win. In hindsight, what I probably should have done was I probably should have hit HQ to see if there was an agenda there, or deep data mining and then had an extra click to check HQ. But I didn't. Right here, I kind of misplayed it. Like the JNEG told me I had 6 MU, but I really didn't. I only had 4 because of grappling hook, and it just kind of misread it. So I'm fixing my credits and all that stuff instead of using Savant. And I have to use Kongamato. So if he has another Kakugo here, it actually locks me out. But he has Miraju, so I let it fire. That's okay. I don't know if... So he shuffles something back. And... Oh, I see it on the top of R&D. So I think it's pretty strong against Palana. You know, you're able to draw up cards. He didn't have Obokata, so like I didn't have to worry about my hand size too much, and I have Levy. The Chronos project was a bit of a surprise, but I think the strategy is the same. You know, you get your board set up, you pound R&D with deep data mining. One thing that was a little awkward for me in this match was at the beginning, I kept drawing looking for sure gambles, but I had to like install stuff because I didn't want to lose them. And so they were still kind of costing me a bit. So I was kind of sitting at this like 1 to 2 to 3 credits. So if my opponent had jammed out some agendas, which he had done just by even just openly installing them, that would have been like, if he had put a piece of ice there, I think I would have had a lot more trouble contesting those because I just didn't have the credits to make it work. Now I guess in reality though, is if he does try and jam behind a single piece of ice, I had the grappling hooks and the Kongamato. So like, it would have made me money with Tech Trader. So it's kind of tough to decide. Anyways, this Pirate Hayley is actually really fun. It's fun seeing a lot of cards. It's kind of like calculating out, you know, your MU issues and trying to figure out what's the best line of play. I think it just has a lot of options. So I've actually been really enjoying this deck. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.